From Michigan's premier short track, it's Stock Car Racing 82. Coming to you from the Mount Clemens racetrack at I-94 in Mount Clemens, Michigan. With your hosts Mark Andrews and Jim Hendrick. Now let's go trackside with Jim Hendrick.
Thank you very much, Mark. We've seen a lot of great racing action out here the past few weeks, and tonight is no exception at the Mount Clemens racetrack. In fact, this is our 5th show, and we have everything for you going. It's a great lineup. Before we get to the action, though, I'd like to remind you that tomorrow is the big race of the year, the long-distance run. Of course, it features the Grand Americans. It's the Winston 100, Twin 50s, if you will. So come on out to the Mount Clemens racetrack tomorrow and see this great event. Race action, of course, 7:30. They start practicing at 6 o'clock. Now, speaking of action, as promised, we're talking about the Grand Americans. Let's quickly go up to the booth and Mark Andrews.
Coming around, they get the green. Here we go. This is the semi-feature in the Grand American Division. A 10-lap race. Top 5 go to the feature. The leader right now is Randy Williams in car 38. Then it's Bob Fitzpatrick in 12, Steve Tabor in 7, Don LeDuc in 35, Mark Bott in 070, Tim Jerome in 27, Jesse Fortin in 18, and John Neeson 101. Randy Williams in 38 is the leader. And it's Bob Fitzpatrick in 12. Steve Tabor in 7. Don LeDuc in 35. Tim Jerome in 27. Jesse Fortin in 18. Mark Bott in 070. And John Neeson 101. Mark Bott spins out, so does Neese. They hit the wall in the first turn. And they get the green. Here we go again. Randy Williams in 38 is the leader. Bob Fitzpatrick in 12 is second. Then it's Steve Tabor in 7. Tim Jerome in 27. Don LeDuc in 35 and Jesse Fortin in 18. Still the leader in 38. Bob Fitzpatrick in 12 is second. Steve Tabor in 7 is third. Then it's Tim Jerome in 27. Don LeDuc in 35. And Jesse Fortin in 18. Four laps in. And Randy Williams, the leader in 38. Bob Fitzpatrick in 12 is second. Steve Tabor in 7 is third. Tim Jerome fourth in 27. We're halfway through, and the leader, look out, Jesse Fortin having problems spinning out in 18. Cars are in the third turn, gathering speed. They come around, they get the green, and here we go. The leader is Randy Williams in 38. Bob Fitzpatrick in 12 is second. Tim Jerome is third in 27. And Don LeDuc fourth in 35. Tim Jerome in 27 trying to move up. The leader is Randy Williams in 38. Then it's Bob Fitzpatrick in 12. Tim Jerome in 27 and Don LeDuc in 35. Randy Williams in car 38 is the leader. 1, 2, 3, 4. Randy Williams in 38, Bob Fitzpatrick in 12, Jim Jerome in 27, Don LeDuc in 35. To go, and the leader is still Randy Williams in 38. Bob Fitzpatrick in 12 is second. Then it's Jim Jerome in 27 and Don LeDuc in 35. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. Randy Williams in 38, the leader. Bob Fitzpatrick in 12 is second. Then it's Tim Jerome in 27 and Don LeDuc in 35. Here they come. The winner, Randy Williams in 38. Bob Fitzpatrick second. Tim Jerome third. And Don LeDuc fourth.
Get quick, efficient service for your automobile. Visit Stan Yee's Collision. Stan Yee offers complete auto body repair at affordable prices. Bumping, painting, whatever your automobile needs are, let the collision experts help you. Visit Stan at Stan Yee's Collision for quality work at reasonable prices. Located on East 10 Mile Road, just 1 block west of Gratiot, Stan Yee's Collision is open 5 days a week from 8:30 to 6.
If you've ever been out here at the Mount Clemens Racetrack, and if you haven't, you should, you're going to find that this sport is not inexpensive. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes dedication. And the money, sometimes they wonder, where does it all go? One way to offset the expenses is to get a sponsor. Paint his name on the side of the car. Put his slogan on. That helps defray your cost of operation. One of the men, I should say, who's very, very well at this, he's one of a few that do it. His name is Dennis Schaum. Dennis, you actually take pride in your work. You are an artist in your own right.
Well, yeah, lettering is an art form in itself. I'm proud of the work I do, and I try to do my best for every customer I have, be it a race car, a truck, sign, whatever. Yeah.
Now, I mentioned the fact that painting slogans, painting advertising on the side of the car helps defray expenses. Are you expensive to do the job?
More expensive than some, not as expensive as others. It varies with the situation. There are different types of things that go on the car, different complex things, simple things, all depends. You really can't say how much does it cost to letter a race car.
Whatever it takes to get the job done.
Whatever it takes to get the job done and to make sure the sponsors want to be on your car again next year.
Okay, now you go to all the trouble. You really have the steady hand. You've got the idea. You create, because you're a creative person. Now you see a car go out and he smashes into the wall and there goes all your work. What's your gut feeling?
I hate to see my work go down the tubes like that. And there's really nothing more heartbreaking than to go back a touched-up race car that had been wrecked and have to touch it up. Usually in a wreck, being the sign painter, you're the long person in a line of many whose money has been paid out to. And by that time, the guy who owns the car, he's a little upset. But generally, they're all pretty nice guys. They say, well, you know, this is racing. It happens.
I would say from the creative standpoint, you would be upset. But I would think from the financial business standpoint, you'd say, oh, boy, more work.
Never hurts. Never hurts.
Talking to Dennis Schaum, a creative artist in his own right, as he's the man, or one of the men that, of course, put the advertising on the side of these cars to help make them go. Now let's go back up to the booth, and once again, here's Mark Andrews.
Cars are lined up in the third turn. They come around, they get the green. Here we go. The leader right now is George Hobaugh in car 40. Moving up is Tom Bambard in 2, Rick Ferguson in 82, Ted Ryan in 76. George Hobaugh in car 40 is the leader. Tom Bambard in car 2 is second. Ted Ryan in 76 moving up. Then it's Rick Ferguson. Jack McNutt in 11 also moving up. But George Hobaugh's pulled away in the lead. Ted Ryan is second. Rick Ferguson is third. track. We're halfway through. George Hobaugh, the leader. Ted Ryan in 76 has cut his lead. Jack McNutt and Rick Ferguson are tied for third in the third turn. Rick Ferguson spins out the second turn. Yellow flag comes out. He was also hit by almost hit by Tom Bambard in two. Cars come around, they get the green, here we go. George Hobaugh in 34 is the leader. Ted Ryan in 76 is second. Then it's Jack McNutt in 11. Tom Bambard in 2. Gary Navarre in 18. Rick Ferguson in 82. Jim Bambard in 9. And Dale Riepert in 34. 2 laps to go. The leader is George Hobaugh in 40. Jack McNutt now moves up into second place in 11. Then it's Ted Ryan in 76. Tom Bambard in 2. Gary Navarre in 18. 1 lap to go. George Hobaugh in 40 is the leader. Yellow flag comes out. Ted Ryan and Jack McNutt in 76. Cars are lining up in the third turn. They come around. They get the green. Here we go. This is it, the last lap. Ted Ryan moving up on George Hobaugh in 40. Jack McNutt in 11 also moving up. Here they come. And the winner is George Hobaugh. Ted Ryan second. Jack McNutt is third. Tom Bambard fourth.
Are you ready? Let's get back to more racing action. Each Saturday night, the Limited Sportsman, the Street Stocks, and the Powder Post battle it out for the area's top prize money and championship points. Now let's take a look at some of the exciting action that's typical of Saturday night racing. Whoa, as he goes by at the Mount Clemens racetrack.
Oh, man. That's better. That's right. Right down at the end there somewhere.
Cars are lined up. They come around, get the green. Here we go. The leader is Paul Freeland in 6. Now John Kruger in 11 moves up. Kruger in the lead in car 11. Paul Freeland is second. John Neese third. Then it's Jay Sahutsky in 19. Dennis Fetter in 75 and Andy Farr in 04. Paul Freeland in 6 on the outside. John Kruger in 11 is in second. Then it's John Neese in 101. Dennis Fetter in 75. Jay Sahutsky in 19. Andy Farr in 04. John Kruger in 11 and Paul Freeland in 6, practically running even. Now Freeland moves out in the lead in car 6. Kruger is second in 11. John Neese moving up in 101. Neese now challenging for the lead against Paul Freeland. John Neese in 101 is the leader. Paul Freeland second in 6. Then it's John Kruger, Dennis Fetter, Andy Farr, and Jay Sahutsky. John Neese in 101 is pulled away in the lead. Paul Freeland is second in 6. Then it's Andy Farr in 04. Four laps in, 4 to go. John Neese the leader in 101. Paul Freeland is second in 6. Andy Farr moving up in 04. Then it's Dennis Fetter, Jay Sahutsky, and John Kruger. John Neese in 101 is the leader. Andy Farr is moving up quickly in 04, challenging for the lead. 6, Dennis Vedder in 75, Jay Sahutsky in 19, and John Krieger in 11. Jay Sahutsky in 19 is spun out. Six laps in, 2 to go. They come around, get the green. We're underway again. John Neese is the leader in 101. Andy Farr is second in 04. Then it's Paul Freeland in 6, Dennis Vedder in 75, and John Krieger in 11. Andy Farr moving up on John Neese in 101. John Neese the leader in 101. Andy Farr moving up on the outside. Then it's Paul Freeland in 6, Dennis Vedder in 75, John Krieger in 11. They're going into the third turn. Less than a quarter of a lap to go. They're coming around, and the winner is John Neese in 101. Andy Farr is second. Paul Freeland third. Dennis Vedder fourth. John Krieger fifth.
Hey, great call, Mark, and of course, a lot of grand American action that you'll see tomorrow night in person, 7:30 at the Mount Clemens Racetrack for the Winston 100. And we'll be back with more action right here at the Mount Clemens Racetrack in just a moment. As we mentioned near the top of the program, tomorrow is the Winston 100 right here at the Mount Clemens Racetrack. In fact, the Grand Americans are going to go in 2 different 50-lap segments. That's the longest racing of the year. Track promoter Cindy Winkler is with us. Cindy, how, if you have 2 50-lap segments, do you declare an overall winner?
Well, depending on how the overall finisher is, it could end up to be the first place finisher or the second place finisher of both races, depending upon the overall points. Points are awarded for each event, and so when we total up the points and divide it by 2, we find out who the overall winner is.
What happens now if I was racing against you, and in the first 50-lapper, I took first and you took second, and we just reversed our order? Now we're tied. What happens?
That's right. Then we'd have to share that Winston medallion and get another one. So far, it has never happened that there hasn't been an overall winner, but there is that possibility, and we have to think about that.
What about speeds? What will the fans tomorrow night have a chance to see?
Well, our overall speeds along the front stretch go well over 110 miles an hour. The braking along the curves, of course, reduces the average down to 89 miles or so.
How many cars do you think will compete tomorrow?
We never know, but we do. Last year, our field was a super competitive field from all over the United States. I've had calls from Florida and Colorado, so I think we should have some great cars out here.
Well, not only that, but I understand that being this is the longest race of the year, things are going to get warmer. Actually downright hot around the 4th of July. You have some fireworks coming up for all the fans.
Well, we have some great fireworks on the Thursday and Saturday between the 4th of July. We will be having fireworks, and this is put on by the same people that put on the Detroit fireworks down at the riverfront. So it's always been and is one of the best fireworks displays and the biggest fireworks display in Macomb County.
We'll all look forward to the racing tomorrow, the Winston 100, of course, in twin 50-lap events. All kinds of action Thursdays and Saturdays from now till Labor Day. And don't forget, as she said, fireworks the week of 4th of July.
Coming around, they get the green. Here we go. Chuck Hellebuck, the leader in 2:35, keeps his car on the track. Bill Bartos is second in 22. Bob Washburn moving up in 75. Bill Bartos on the inside in 22 collides with Chuck Hellebuck. Spin around. We get a lap in. Yellow flag comes out. Les Trombley in 29. Mickey Thompson in 66 are hooked up. Phil Gustello is out at the wreck after what happened.
Well, as you mentioned, Mark, the tow trucks are out there. The bumpers are hooked on the car of Mickey Thompson in 66 and Les Trombley in car 29. Once they get them unhooked, Trombley in 29 will be able to continue to run. Mickey Thompson's radiator is leaking like a little geyser out there, so they'll take him out of the race. But as it stands, 29 should run, 66 is done.
They're coming around, get the green, here we go again. Bob Washburn in 75 is the leader. Greg Simonescu makes his own trail in 68. That's not where the track is. Steve McMahon is second in 01. Then it's Phil Bardos in 22. And Greg Simonescu gets back on the track. Bob Washburn, the leader in 75. Steve McMahon second in 01. Then it's Phil Bardos in 22. Dave Fox in 15. Frank Mitchley in 64 and Chuck Hellebuck in 235. Bob Washburn, the leader in 75. Steve McMahon in 01 is second. Then it's Bill Bardos in 22. Dave Fox in 15. Frank Mitchley in 64. And Chuck Hellebuck in 235. Bob Washburn still the leader. Steve McMahon is second. Greg Simonescu having his problems still in 068. Bob Washburn in 75 is the leader. 2 laps to go. Steve McMahon is second. Phil Bardos is third. Then it's Dave Fox, Frank Mitchley, Chuck Hellebuck. Greg Simonescu in 068 is down a lap. White flag out, 1 lap to go. Bob Washburn in 75 is the leader. Steve McMahon second, Phil Bardos third. Dave Fox fourth, Frank Mitchley fifth. Here they come, and the winner is Bob Washburn in 75. Steve McMahon is second. Phil Bardos is third. The race for fourth, they may not finish. Frank Mitchley. Well, Chuck Hellebuck finishes fourth. Dave Fox fifth.
These are racing rascals. Now, if you don't know what a racing rascal is, you see this car 237? That's one of the prizes. All you do, it's free. You enter here at Mount Clemens Racetrack. Join these kids in a Racing Rascal membership. No obligation, it's free, there's no dues, but you must be either 6 to 12 years old. Can't be 5, can't be 13. So you come on out, you fill out an application, get a free gift, and every race night here at the Mount Clemens Racetrack, some lucky boy or girl, the Racing Rascals, will get a chance to get in car 237 and go for a ride with their favorite driver. So join the Racing Rascals here at the Mount Clemens Racetrack real soon.
Cars are coming around now, picking up speed. They get the green. Here we go. 4-car dash in the Grand American Division. Don Biederman in 48 just pulling away in the lead. Tracy Leslie moving up in car number 1. Then it's Art Summers in 10 and Bob Keselowski in car 29. As they complete 1 lap, the leader is Don Biederman in 48. Tracy Leslie in 1 is second. Then it's Art Summers in 10 and Bob Keselowski in 29. Don Biederman in 48. Bob Keselowski moving to the outside in 29. Don Biederman in 48 is still the leader after 2 laps with 2 to go. Tracy Leslie is second. Art Summers and Bob Keselowski trying to move up. Summers is now in 3rd place in 10, and Keselowski 4th in 29. One lap to go, and the leader is Don Biederman in 48. Tracy Leslie in car number 1 is second. Art Summers 3rd in 10, and Bob Keselowski in 29. And here they come. And the winner is Don Biederman in 48. Tracy Leslie second. Art Summers third. Bob Keselowski is fourth. The time of the race, 1:28.65.
It has been a lot of fun bringing you these programs the past few weeks. We've hoped you've enjoyed these shows, and maybe we've created a little interest in the world's largest spectator sport by bringing you the action from the Mount Clemens racetrack. It's been exciting for us, at least, and we thank you people that have been viewing the program and giving us a little insight as to what you wanted to see. Mark, it's been you ready to take off?
Yeah, I'm just about set to go. But Jim, as you know, this is a real family track, and I'd like to invite everybody to come out here Thursday, Saturday nights to see some of the area's best regularly scheduled racing events. I'm ready to go.
Yep, and I am too. It's been a ball, as we said. Don't forget, the Mount Clemens racetrack, the regularly scheduled events from now through Labor Day, Thursday nights and Saturday nights. Join us for all the action. On behalf of Mark Andrews, this is Jim Hendrick. So long.